Hello everyone. In the previous video you were taught about rational and irrational numbers. You are also explained how all old number families were brought under a common header of rational numbers so that we can study another family of numbers which is irrational numbers. In the further classes you'll be introduced new number families and then they'll be put together in under common header and the new name will be introduced to you. And that number family is called, when they are put under the same header, then this is named as real numbers. And the new number family introduced is imaginary numbers. Then there is one more family which combines both of them, and that is complex numbers. This one, these are called complex numbers. But in class 9 we are concerned about this irrational numbers. Yesterday, in the previous video, you were told about addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of these numbers. We used to do the same. When you were taught these old families in the specific standards, you were told their location and their we used to compare them, and then you were taught the 4 basic operators with all of them. With natural numbers you learned, then with the integers we went through the same procedure. You were taught their location, their comparison and the four basic operators. These all things actually gives the complete knowledge of the number family. So of the irrational numbers also I taught you how to add, subtract, multiply and divide. Now today we'll take the topic of location, how to locate them on the number line. Location of irrational numbers. Real understanding of any number is through its location on number line only. For example, if somebody says 45/7, which is a rational number, fraction, because 45/7, so the moment you have been asked to locate 45/7 on number line and you locate it between 6 and 7, then actually I can get to know that you have a real knowledge of the number, that it is between 6 and 7. Okay. Similarly, if somebody says square root 24, so basically we are looking at the number simply, but the moment we say it lies between 4 and 5, we get to know how big is the number. Means it gives an idea to the teacher also that the student is well aware of this number. Okay, and you yourself can actually feel the number, that its location is somewhere here on the number line. So it is a number which exists. But how to locate them on number line? Just like root 24, it is between 4 and 5, but where exactly? If we calculate the root, it will be a non-repeating and non-recurring decimal. Then how to locate them? We even don't know how to convert them into fraction. In fact, we cannot convert them into fraction. Otherwise, this would have been termed as a rational number. So how to locate them? So the only way out is, because we don't know the number, so the only way out is geometry. Means from somewhere we have to get a length equal to irrational numbers. Maybe not clear. Suppose root 2, we cannot locate it through its decimal form. But if we can get root 2 somewhere through our geometry, then we can pick up that root 2 and place on our number line. I told why geometry, because roots are encountered in geometry only. No, while doing Pythagoras theorem, we used to get the roots. No, How come? For example, we have a right angle triangle in which the base is 3 units, okay, and perpendicular is also 7 units. So you can construct this 3 units, 90 degree, and this. Then this line is fixed, and by Pythagoras it is root 58. So we got a length which is root 58. No? Now what is, if you have been asked to locate this on number line root 58, you can locate, you can simply pick it up and place it on your number line. But for that you have to make a number line whose 3 units is this much, no? Or whose 1 unit is this much. This must match with this. Because if your number line is this, where you have selected your 1 unit like that, and now you'll pick it up and place it like this, first thing it will come between 0 and 1. Okay, and you know that's 58, 77, 49, 88, 64. It is gonna be between 7 and 8. So it will come somewhere here. So error is there. Why? Because yes, it is root 58 units, but root 58 units of a number line whose 1 unit is this, not this much. So if you are constructing a right angle triangle and generating any irrationals, so while fixing it on the number line, you must make sure that the units of the triangle and the number line must match each other. To avoid all of this, what all can we do? We can make a number line, then we can select its units. No? Now why not we make the triangle here only? This is our 3 units, then make a 90 degree, okay, with the compass, 90 degree, and then select 7 units, which can easily be selected through the number line. Select 7 units and 7 units. I know it's not matching here because the 3 is too big. Okay, so I'm extending it. Suppose this is 7 units. Now this is 3, this is 7. What did you get? You got root 58 of the same number line. If this is 3 and this is 7. Now there won't be any problem because this is root 58 of the same number line. You can simply pick it up and you can mark it. How to mark it? Keeping center of the compass at 0, because we want to show how big is root 58. Obviously it will start from 0. So we simply have to select this root 58 and then we have to locate it on the number line. It may have error because this may or may not be 7 units. After locating it, you can label it root 58. But now the bigger problem here is we took a random triangle and we got our root 58. But if somebody specifically asks us to locate root 42, root 3, root 7, then what should we do? Means how to get the perfect combination. If we take if we select any two sides, suppose this is 2 and this is 5. So this is gonna be 2 square plus 5 square, which is 4 plus 25, which is root 29. So we got root 29. In the same way, if we select P as this and H as 5, then here we'll get 5 square minus 2 square, which is 25 minus 4, which is gonna be root 21. So if 2 and 5 are the combination of P and B, we'll get H as root 29, because you know this formula, no? H square is equals to P square plus B square. And here, if 2 is perpendicular and hypotenuse is 5, then it is H square minus P square is the base, and we get root 21. So means we can get several irrational numbers, but how to get a specific one when we have been asked to make a specific one? So I'm leaving you with this question. you may develop your own techniques. Means you may start with 1 1 and you may generate some sequence of P and B, and you can observe the pattern and just think of some pattern that you'll choose for any two of them, so that you can develop something to get a specific irrational number. But now I'm telling you the proposed method. What's the proposed method is, the moment we take this as 1, this will come root 2. You may try it. And when this is taken as 1 and base as root 2, this comes as root 3. When this is taken as 1 and this as root 3, this will come as root 4, which is equals to 2. And when this is taken as 1 and this is root 4, which is 2, this will come as root 5. You may check them. Okay. I'm doing one for you, this one. H square equals to P square plus B square. So your P is 1, so 1 square. B is root 2, so root 2 square. We have learnt the multiplication of irrational. Root 2 square means root 2 into root 2. 1 square 1. Multiplication is possible as we treat them as algebraic. This is how you were taught multiplication. Then it is 1. This is root 4, and which means it's equals to 2. So H square is equals to 3, and therefore H is root 3. So verify. No? The similar way means there is a pattern now. 1 and 1 gives you root 2, 1 and root 2 gives you root 3, 1 and root 3. There is a pattern. So there is one method. You may develop your own techniques. Okay? Now you'll try it out. What you have to do? You have to make a number line of your own unit. Means any unit. One unit can be as much long as you wish to. Okay? Then what do you have to do? We'll start with 1 and 1 and root 2. So we want a right angle triangle in which perpendicular is 1 unit, base is 1 unit, so that we can get root 2. Root 2 is the first irrational number, no? So so instead of constructing a right angle triangle aside, let's construct it here only. For the very reason which I explained earlier. Means you may create a right angle triangle here of the same unit, but then creating it here, then picking it up here, that can be tedious for you, or you may follow that. I don't have any issues with this, but it's simple if you construct it here. No? So 1 unit. Okay, then perpendicular at 1 unit. Perpendicular can be constructed here and it can be constructed here. No? 1 unit, and then you'll make 90 degree with compass, and then you'll construct a 90 degree and you'll select it. Many people forget to select it. Do select it equals to 1 unit. Okay, 1 unit of your number line, because this is 1 unit of your number line, this is 1 unit of your number line, then this is gonna be root 2 of your number line. Now you may select this length. Okay, and you can place it on this. I purposely construct 90 degree here because it ease you here, because now in this case you need not to pick up your compass. You simply have to select this and then label it here. Okay, unlike the previous one where you made root 90 degree here, so root 58 was here, then you have to fix the compass, needle of the compass on the 0, then you need to pick it up that time. So this is your root 2. Now root 3. So as we discussed, base should be root 2 and perpendicular should be 1. Now one thing is, either you choose this as the base because this is root 2 and make 90 degree here, and select root 3, place it, then choose base that, and then proceed ahead. The other way, but that your figure is gonna be messy in that ways. Or you may select this root 2 as the base. Okay. Now for the next right angle triangle, you may choose this as the base, and then you have to construct 90 degree here. Okay. Please don't use this line. Construct 90 degree here. Then select it 1 unit. Don't forget to select it 1 unit. So this is 1 unit of your number line. This is root 2 of your number line. So this is gonna be root 3. Now you can again pick it up and you can place it on your number line. Then on the same way, root 3 as the base, and then one more 90 degree. So you'll get root 5, which can be picked up and located on your number line. So in a way, we learned to locate irrational numbers on number line. Yes, it is tedious task, but just want to show someone that it's not impossible. It is also tedious to locate 1.000007, but we came up with some techniques, no? So we'll reform this also later, but first you have to do it. So now your assignment is, you will draw this and you'll take this figure till root 7. Okay, so you have to locate root 2, root 3, root 4, root 5, root 6, root 7. You'll take it till root 7. So the first question of your first assignment is this, and as a second question I have given you some steps of construction. You have to follow these steps and in the end conclude the result. I'll attach this as PDF also. That's all for this video. Okay, bye.